Now we talk about dedolight Lightstream LITE. What is that? If green tech and ecology are terms which have any meaning for you, or if economy is a familiar term for you, but if all of that has absolutely no meaning for you, but you will occasionally or often work with light, then you will see one of the most interesting solutions that have ever existed. Now, the light head, a 40-watt focusing bicolor dedolight light head. This gets married to the magic parallel beam intensifier. And now you get 800% more light free of charge. Unbelievable? We'll show it to you. With this magic parallel beam intensifier, we now activate 4 or even 5 dedolight Lightstream LITE reflectors. If you've never had them in your hands, they're hardly any heavier than a piece of paper, but produce the same effect like the normal Lightstream or any other reflectors. With a magic quintopus, which is an item with 5 arms, we now attach 3 dedolight Lightstream reflectors and 1 extra E-flect reflector, magic, for the background. Here we will also show you how you can vary the magic background with different E-flect reflectors. A 5th smaller reflector can be added for an accent. Every one of us have learned in school or has read about the standard lighting with key, fill and backlight. With reflectors you can do the same, but a lot more delicate and differentiated. Of the 3 reflectors which receive the light from the 40-watt light, we use one number 3 reflector for direct light, number 2 reflector which again activates another reflector in the background as a backlight, and a further one, number 3 reflector as a fill light. These extra reflectors are all activated from the first group of reflectors. And we already have a completely lit scene, including background. Hardly believable. A complete scene, maximum 2 persons, in the most economical and effective way. Now come further details. This 40-watt focusing bicolor dedolight is delivered with an AC adapter, or can also be activated with a battery, for which you will need a charger. Such a battery can operate the 40-watt bicolor light for approximately 2 hours before you have to change the battery. The light head can be placed on one of our adjustable arms or mounted to a tripod that you already have, or a lighting stand which we can supply. All these 4, maybe 5 reflectors are attached to the magic quintopus. This is a clamp which allows the attachment of 5 bending arms. All of this you can mount on most lighting stands or with one of our adjustable dual arms, which we can deliver on request. This arm is called AA6, and the magic clamp we call quintopus because of its 5 arms. For the backlight, we use a clamp somewhere in the background or an extra stand. For the direct key light, again, a reflector can be mounted on a clamp or an arm, or also on one of your own lighting stands. E-flect is a magic tool with many little mirrors which are mounted on a bending surface and thus can produce for you a lot of magic variations. E-flect exists in many different versions, in silver or gold, and now also in tropical orange and tropical blue. These again are magic reflect mirrors, which can show one kind of color to your eye, and in the reflection they can completely different colors. If you want to create a disco effect, we can also provide you with an reflect motor, which rotates the reflect and transforms the background in ever-changing effects. The reflectors. All 7 reflectors can be carried in a very small bag, lighter than most ladies' handbags. For the 40-watt light, with the parallel beam adapter and the AC adapter, and possibly to hold one or several of our adjustable arms, we provide an extra soft bag, which is still lighter than everything else you've ever had. All of this is so small that you can easily take it with you in the aircraft cabin as cabin luggage. I'm Dedo.
So I've got single Lightstream LITE reflector set. I've got 5 reflectors on what looks like a reflector tree. 2 number 1s, each one of those is redirecting light to another location. In this regard, a fill reflector here and a kicker back here. I have a single number 3 reflector here that's just giving me all this exposure here. A tiny little number 2 that's giving me this little product highlight right here. And an E-flect, which is doing that really fun dapple effect in the background. And look, I'm in a controlled studio. I have no practical lighting around me. This is the only light that's on. It's just incredible what I can do with this little setup on the smallest scale. Now, as I start changing light heads and getting a little bit bigger, up to let's say one of our compact medium size light heads, I could move these reflectors back a little bit. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with what you can do with a tiny little setup, the smallest setup that you can possibly get out of this, and 5 or 6 light sources from a single host beam, not too bad.